Hello everyone. My greetings to one and all. This is the fifth session on utility analysis. In the previous few sessions, you have understood the concept of total utility, marginal utility in util terms and in money terms. I am Poonam Vohra from Microeconomics Learning Center. This session focuses on relationship between total utility and marginal utility with the help of a tabular as well as a diagrammatic presentation. So let us understand. One can understand the relationship between total utility and marginal utility with the help of a tabular presentation. In the table, units consumed of commodity X are known to us, which vary from 0 till 6 units. For total utility, a numerical value is assigned to each unit consumed and is mentioned here. So one can find marginal utility in util terms as well as in money terms, assuming that 1 util is equal to 1 rupee. Marginal utility is change in total utility divided by change in units consumed. Now let's understand the tabular presentation. When nothing is consumed, there is no satisfaction, and marginal utility in utils as well as in money terms is not defined. As units consumed increase from 0 to 1, total utility is now 4 utils. Marginal utility is also same as total utility in utils as well as in money terms, simply because the change is from 0 to 4 utils in total utility. As units consumed increase from 1 to 2 units, total utility increases from 4 to 7 utils. Marginal utility is then 7 minus 4, which is 3 in utils as well as in money terms. Similarly, when units consumed increase from 2 to 3 units, total utility increases from 7 to 9 utils. Marginal utility is 2 in utils as well as in money terms. Similarly, one can find for the rest. What you need to observe is that as units consumed increases, total utility also increases till 4 units. It remains constant when 5th unit is consumed, and after that it declines. So marginal utility falls till 4 units, then it becomes 0, and when 6 units are consumed, marginal utility is negative. So is the case with marginal utility in money terms. Marginal utility in money terms is exactly same as in util terms because of the assumption that 1 util is equal to 1 rupee. So one can conclude that as more and more units are consumed, total utility initially increases and then it remains constant and eventually declines. Whereas marginal utility, whether in util terms or in money terms, continuously declines, and after a certain point it becomes 0 and then negative. In this case, it is 0 when 5 units are consumed, and thereafter it is negative. Relationship between total and marginal utility can be understood graphically too. For that, units consumed are taken on x-axis, total utility and marginal utility on y-axis. As per the information available with us, units consumed, total utility and marginal utility curves are plotted. The graph exhibits that as units consumed increases from 0 till 4 units, total utility also increases. Marginal utility declines. As units increase from 4 to 5 units, total utility remains constant and marginal utility is 0. With having further increase in the units consumed to 6 units, now total utility declines and marginal utility becomes negative. So the relationship that can be established is that as long as marginal utility is positive, total utility increases. When marginal utility falls, total utility increases at a diminishing rate, that is from 1 till 4 units. And when marginal utility is 0, total utility is maximum and constant. And when marginal utility is negative, total utility falls. It implies that beyond 5th unit, there is disutility. Total utility is the summation of marginal utility, and marginal utility can be derived from total utility. Also, marginal utility curve is the slope of total utility curve. Now, assess yourself. You need to find marginal utility when the units consumed and total utility derived from such consumption are given to you. So units consumed vary from 0 to 5. Total utility derived from each unit consumed are, for 0 units it's 0 total utility. When 1 unit is consumed, total utility is 20. When 2 units are consumed, total utility is 45. For 3 units, it's 68. For 4 units, it's 78. And for 5 units, total utility is 86. Now recheck your answer. First thing that you need to do is to write formula, which is marginal utility is total utility of n units minus total utility of n minus 1 units. So keep substituting the values and you will get the answer. When 0 units are consumed, total utility is 0, but marginal utility cannot be defined simply because marginal utility is change in total utility. When 1 unit is consumed, total utility is 20. So marginal utility will be 20 minus 0, which is 20. Then for second unit, total utility is increased to 45. Marginal utility will be 45 minus 20, it will be 25. And in the similar manner, one can find marginal utility in each case. One can make one observation here, that as more and more units are consumed, total utility goes on increasing, but marginal utility goes on declining. Now have a look at this question. Units consumed are given and marginal utility is being given. You are required to find total utility. When unit consumed is 0, marginal utility is not defined. When 1 unit is consumed, marginal utility is 24 utils. With 2 units of consumption, marginal utility falls to 18 utils. When 3 units are consumed, it further falls to 12 utils. With 4 units, it is 6 utils. With 5 units, it's 0, and with 6 units, it's minus 6 utils. So how will you find this? This is just the reversal of what you have done just now. Please check your answer. In this case, now that marginal utility is given and you need to find total utility, you will keep adding marginal utility for each additional unit consumed. Like to find marginal utility from total utility, you need to deduct from the previous unit. Now in this case, you will keep adding utils of the next unit consumed. Say when 0 units are consumed, marginal utility is not defined. So total utility is also not defined. When 1 unit is consumed, marginal utility is 24. So total utility will also be 24. When 2 units are consumed, marginal utility falls to 18. So total utility then becomes 24 plus 18, which is 42. For the third unit, marginal utility is 12. So total utility will be 42 plus 12, 54, and so on. So one can find total utility for each additional unit consumed. I hope you have understood the relationship between total utility and marginal utility. I'm sure you must have also understood how to find marginal utility from total utility and total utility from marginal utility. With this, the session comes to an end. The next session focuses on law of diminishing marginal utility. Till then, keep reading and keep practicing.